guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited to have you back here with me today. Let's go ahead and start by putting in my eye contacts and filling in my eyebrows. I then take my Painterly Paint Pot by MAC and I'm prepping my eyelids. Using a mixture of Juvia's concealers in 18 and 24, I'm going to be cleaning my brows and also use this as a second primer just to even out all the tones on my eyelid. I then like to take a loose powder, so I'm using Fit Me powder just to set all the concealer in place so it's not too sticky, but sticky enough where the shadows will hold on onto something. Using Makeup by Mario's Master Mattes palette in shade Matte 6, I'm going to start creating the eye look that I want to go for. This is just to give me an idea where everything is gonna be and also to freehand the look that I want to go for. With Master Matte palette again in the shade Matte 8, I'm going to start diffusing that line just to start giving me some dimension and structure. And to blend all those edges, I'm using the Master Matte in Matte 4 to really make sure everything is blended and seamless. With Matte 8 again, I'm going to start creating a spotlight effect on my eyelids just to start giving me an idea of where the shadows are gonna lay later on. With Matte 12, I'm going to start creating all my lines and really defining where all the details are going to go later on. I'm also taking that black shade and I'm deepening out the inner corners of my spotlight, but avoiding the most inner tear duct. Using the shade Matte 9, I'm going to diffuse that black just so it blends to the previous shadows that I've already placed. A little coffee break. Now taking the black again, I'm actually redefining all those lines just to make sure it's very clean and precise before I go in with liner or anything. Now taking back the Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, I'm going to clean all the areas that are supposed to be brightened. This is also gonna start giving an idea of where this look is gonna go. Using the MAC Star Sighting eyeshadow palette, I'm going to use the lightest shade and I'm going to put this in the farthermost right corner of my eyelid, making sure it's very precise and blended as well. Now using the mid-tone shimmery shadow, I'm going to be applying this in between the highest part and my entire eyelid. Now with the sapphire red color, I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid, blending it to that mid-tone and also pressing it with my fingers. With Inglot 77 liner, I'm going to be cleaning the edge of my shimmer shadows. Taking the shade Matte 9, I'm going to blend the edges of the black that I previously placed on the inner part of my spotlight. And I'm also blending the edges for my inner tear duct. Then going with the lighter shade, this is gonna be Matte 8. I'm further blending out that inner portion in my tear duct area. And since we lost a little bit of the black due to the blending, I went back with that shade and really give it a lot of dimension and contrast. Now going back with my liner and a small angle brush and a detail liner brush, I'm finally going to define all the lines and filling in all the black areas of my eyeshadow. As you guys can see, this really pulls the whole look together, and this is where everything really makes sense. Starting with my skin, I went ahead and fast forwarded just because it's the same routine that I did last time, but just a little bit more glam. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do my skin, feel free to go to my first video where I give a little bit more of a detailed step-by-step on how I do so. Now before I set my skin in place, I like to put my inner corner highlight shade. So I went back with that one from the MAC palette and then did my inner corner liner as well. For my bottom lash line, I'm using a flat top brush and I'm pressing this really close to the lash line, but then blending it really far down just to give me like a very smoky, sultry look. I'm also bringing it even lower, so I'm taking the Matte 7 and making sure this is like super diffuse. Going back with the black and I'm further intensifying that lash line, but this one I'm keeping it really tight to the lash line. And yes, I do make really ugly faces while doing this. Going back to my Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, I'm going to define my new inner corner wing. Went ahead and applied my lashes. Out of camera, I used a very fluffy but still separated lash. And last but not least is lips. I'm going to start by lining my lip with She's So Chic Lip Pencil by Luis Torres and Beauty Creation. And then I took Cherish Satin Lipstick by MAC. This is like a perfect skin color for me. This is why I really went darker with the liner, so this kind of neutralizes it. And then I topped it off with See-Through Lip Gloss by MAC, just to brighten and kind of give me a concealer lip, but a wearable concealer lip, if you guys know what I mean. And that, you guys, conclude this beautiful makeup look. I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. I was initially going to do a brown, soft, like fall smoky eye, but somehow it just turned into this. But I'm very glad that it did, because sometimes just freehanding and going with the flow is the best way to go. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I really appreciate you guys being here with me today. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.